All right, so I'm sitting here with Chino, who was friends with my dad in the late 90s, right?
Yes,
Till the 2000s. How you doing today, bro?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. And yourself?
I'm good, good. You Puerto Rican, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna paint you in Puerto Rico with the flag and with some pencils in the back. So why was Spanish Harlem like in the 90s?
Spanish Harlem was off the hook. Yeah, at that time, yeah, it was crazy, man. It wasn't safe. You know what I mean? It was territorial.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you wasn't from a certain part of the neighborhood, you was like forbidden to walk 2 avenues down from where you live.
Oh wow.
It was like that.
And so you owned the tattoo shop?
Yes.
How'd you meet my dad?
That's funny. Because tattoos turned legal in 1997, right?
Yeah.
So I was like the first shop to be a legal tattoo shop in Harlem or in New York because it was always underground in the village and stuff like that. I had a barber shop and a tattoo shop in one just to make sure, I do good or whatever. One day, I had a sign, I needed artists for tattooing, and your dad walks in. Like everyone else I interviewed, I gave him the interview looking at him like he didn't know what he was doing, asking him questions.
Yeah.
And he used to laugh at me, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you don't even know how nice I am. So yeah, it started like that. He walked into my shop and he wanted to find out if I had work.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I got work, but I'm not looking for scratches.
Yeah.
You know what a scratch is,
yeah,
right?
of course.
In the tattoo business, and he showed me his portfolio. I was impressed. Like, what? I need you, bro. You know what I mean? He started working with me. We had 4 booths in the shop at that time. First day, I already knew I hit gold. You know what I mean? I hit lotto with that guy. And it started off as an employee thing, but that didn't last too long.
Yeah.
Tattoo business brings a lot of drinking, hanging out. I'm not saying all of them do that, but ours was like, we was out there throwing parties every day, hanging out, drinking. We grew a bond, man. We became more than just employee or employee. That was never really an issue. We became a brotherhood, man.
Wow, that's amazing. How many tattoos do you have by him?
By him, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I forgot. He did this one too.
That's
he did that
so cool.
one. And he also did this one too.
Oh, that's sick. What year was that?
This was in 98. Then this one here, he did this one in 99.
Wow, that's so cool. I could tell it's done by him, the Japanese waves.
Yes, yes.
That's so cool.
His shadows, he was always famous. He always told me, don't worry about it. As light as I go, it's going to always stay light gray,
Yeah.
And look how many years later it's still like that.
Yeah, it's solid. Looks so good.
He had a little trick to his shadows. He used to blend his colors like with gray and wash and white.
Yeah.
Sure, you got them same tricks for this.
Do you remember the experience of getting tattooed by him? Like, what were you guys talking about?
I was a different person back then. Now I serve the Lord, you know what I'm saying? I'm not, God humbled my heart. He took this, but man, we was always in bars hanging out, talking about what bars we're gonna go to while we tattooing or whatever. We used to get into a lot of bar fights, man.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he used to hold me down like I tell you. Carlos. We used to talk a lot, just problems. He had a lot of issues going on.
Yeah.
He served in the military. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah, he was in the Marines. He told me some stories.
Yeah, you know the stories of him going to go get gas when he was stranded out there in the enemy territory and stuff like that, We just talk a lot of those things,
Yeah, he used to tell me that the reason why he became an alcoholic was because he had to suppress all the memories of all the things he did in the Marines.
Exactly. And I told my wife that's the reason why I wanted to come, because I didn't want you to have a bad picture of who he was. I know he ain't raised you, you know what I'm saying? But he loved you, bro. You know what I mean? When he came to my shop, you was probably newborn at that time, Like I said, he used to call you Dev, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I used to be like, yo, why you name him Dev? That's like, you ever got that?
Yeah, all the time.
Like, why Devon, bro? Why not this or that? But he picked the right name for you, man, because nobody gonna forget that name,
Yeah, that's funny. That's crazy. He used to talk about you too. When I met him, like 2015, he used to be like, yo, Chino was my man. That was my brother.
Yeah,
But
man.
he was like, I heard that he got so much remorse for all the messed up stuff we did, and like he turned to Christ, and like he's out there preaching. He's like, but we were some wild boys back then. So how would the bar fights even start?
Oh, you know, beer muscles, man. I don't know if you ever drink, don't drink if you're drinking, you know what I mean? You just get beer muscles. You see, we ain't never fight nobody smaller than us. There's always the bouncers we just, you know, the little bouncers, you know what I mean?
And he was a Marine too, so he was tough, right?
Yeah, man, my God. I used to have to slow him down, like, yo, dude, that's it, let's go, let's get out of here. Because, you know, he used to overdo the beat down, like, yo, I got to grab him, come on, let's go. We wasn't troublemakers, but when you drink, you know, it shows you can beat that guy up, and just to beat him up.
Yeah.
Lord, forgive me. Honestly, like when I turned to Christ and I sold my shop, I was calling him a lot. I had his old phone, but he switches up so much that I wanted to give him what I got. I wanted to introduce him to Christ, you know what I'm saying? If you think he drank, I drank double the amount than when he drank, you know what I mean? I'm only alive because God, I guess, had this plan for today for us. Maybe after this, you might hear Chino Chang died. Who knows? It don't matter. But I wanted to give him what God gave me, you know what I'm saying? But I couldn't, you know, I don't know how you tracked him down, bro.
Yeah. Let me tell you the story.
You did some research, man.
Basically, I always wanted to know him, right? Everybody on the block in the Bronx used to show me his tattoos. Like, yo, your pops did this, he did this.
Right.
And that always made me feel like, damn, like I want to get to know him. Like, you know, I was getting abused by my mom. Everything on the block was bad. You know, I'm around drug dealers and killers and this and that. And I'm like, where's my dad at? He's this great artist. And they'll show me magazines of all his tattoos. And I'm like, wow, he's like famous. Like, I want to go get to know him and be around him and learn how to draw and paint. So I was always looking for his name on MySpace.
That was back then,
yeah. But Carlos Rodriguez, you know, there's a million of them. So I remember I asked my mom, like, does he have a nickname? And she's like, they used to call him CeeLo.
CeeLo, and Carlito's way too. He used to go by that too.
Yeah. So I searched CeeLo and I found like a page called CeeLo Peligro.
Right.
I messaged him, but he wasn't online for 3 years. I messaged all his friends, and somebody told me that he was at this shop in San Diego. I Googled it, I found the number, I called him, and we had like a phone relationship for years. Anyway, I go to meet him 2015. I'm like 19 years old. I go to Miami. I'm living with him for months, right? I remember we used to work out together, and he used to respect the fact that I could do like 70 push-ups straight. He'd be like, yo, este está fuerte, like, now, he's like, now you a man, like.
Did you get to tat with him and all that?
Yeah. He was teaching me how to tattoo. I learned how to set up the machine. He was teaching me about the Koyu machines. And he did his last tattoo on me right here, this Hanya mask. So, you know, he's been tattooing for 24 years. And at that point, he was retired. I was like, yo, can you tattoo me? And I was like, I want that same Hanya you got on your hand. It was crazy that it was his last tattoo, and I always wanted to know him. And then he passed away like a month later. I couldn't believe it. It was crazy. Like,
just finding them, right?
Yeah. I'm working on a book about my life, and I'm going to include some crazy stories, because basically, like, I went to the gym one day, Planet Fitness, and I was like working out, and then I come back home and I just see like blood everywhere all over the house, and I'm just like, yo, what is this? Like, it was so much that I knew there's no way that he could be alive. So when I went to the kitchen, he was just there, like, and I couldn't believe it. Like, he like threw up all the blood. He didn't tell me that he had cirrhosis. They told me that he was on his last stage from drinking, and yeah, it was crazy. But I'm happy I got to know him. Like, I'm so happy I got to, because if not, I would have been wondering for the rest of my life, like, damn, what my relationship would have been like.
You would have had that missing piece, man, to your story, you know?
Exactly.
Oh boy, Carlito. Hey, he lives on through you now.
I know, right?
You know, honestly, I'm no celebrity chaser, but I'm a Devon lover, man. I love you like he loved you, bro.
Oh, thank you.
I don't know you like that, you know what I'm saying? But the closest thing that I believe to a brother, like I had 5 brothers, 3 of them died or whatever. He was a brother to me. You know what I mean? Like literally, like we cried many nights on New Year's Eve alone in our we used to live in our tattoo shop.
Yeah. I remember I stayed over once when I was like 4.
Okay.
In the back there was like a bed, right? And I remember you had all these action figures,
yes, sir.
like in boxes.
Yeah.
And it had like a pool table.
In the front,
right?
Yeah.
And I remember you had like this glass box with like firemen in it. You remember that?
Yes, the 9/11 stuff.
Yeah.
I had the cement powder in there. Wow, you got good memory.
Yeah, of course. I remember you messaged me one day on Facebook, and I saw you was like, oh, I'm Chino, I'm your dad's friend, and I heard so many stories about you. I was just wondering, how did you even find me? Like,
in 2020, when the COVID came about, I saw you on TV sketching somebody in the train.
Yeah.
And I told my wife, I was like, you know, I used to do that when I did my portfolio for art and design. A friend of mine named David, I call him Beetle, he said, yo, look at this kid, this is Carlito's son. I'm like, who? So he sent me a video of an interview. I think it was in Puerto Rico.
Oh, yeah, Molusco, yeah.
Yeah. So he was like, yo, look, he's mentioning CeeLo, and that's got to be Carlos. So I was like, it is Carlos. Long story short, that's when I messaged you. If anything, I'm here more for you to know more about your dad, but at the same time, I ain't going front. It's like the closure for me. Like, I ain't got to be sad that I lost my boy no more.
A lot of people tell me that like I like look just like him. They always tell me
You
they're like
stand like him, you dress like him, you wear a lot of dark colors, black and gray and all that.
Everybody used to come to the shop for his work, right? Like
Only for Is Carlos here? No, he's in Miami. All right, I'll be back.
how did he start going to Miami? Like he would go back and forth, right?
Well, your dad was so talented, man, that no matter where he went, he got work. The only thing with him is like he used to be ducking the publicity. Like he ain't want his face on pictures. If you notice, whatever you see in tattoo magazines is always of his back, side version, never him like this face to face.
No, he would tell me.
Yeah.
He used to be like, I'm ducking the law and I'm ducking the baby mamas and I'm ducking everybody.
Yeah.
How many kids would you say?
I can name them. I can't name them.
Yeah, you could name whatever. I heard he had like 18.
Well, I don't know. Last I remember was like 11.
11?
Yeah.
Oh,
but
okay.
after that, he disappeared for a few years. So you never know.
He would just like go around having kids and he would tell me, I would say, how could you do that and just like leave? And he'll be like, I don't know, my mom told me to spread my seed and I just like
be fruitful and multiply.
Yeah, he was like, I just want to have
What's crazy about your dad, he had babies from this woman, babies from that woman, and babies from this woman. And they will all go to my shop.
Yeah.
And they will all coexist.
Yeah. And be friends?
More than friends. Don't want to get into details of fact, don't want to offend nobody, but yeah, you get it, right?
Do you remember any wild stories in particular with him?
At night, when we used to close the shop, we used to leave the gate halfway down.
Yeah.
Right? So we used to be in there hanging out, shooting pool and drinking. And one night, one of my exes sliding under the gate.
Yeah.
But I'm inside there with another girl that I was trying to be like your dad, you know what I'm saying? So the other girl comes in there and she's like, who's this? But this was my ex.
Yeah.
And Carlos was like, I told you can't be like me. So he was like, yo, go. He had to hold one of the girls.
Yeah.
Well, I actually went out from under the gate and abandoned my shop.
Wow.
I ended up having to leave him in the shop with the two girls. Come to find out the next day, he banged one of them.
Bro, that's crazy.
Yeah. But it was funny because I never thought that this girl would even go in my shop. You know what I mean? Let alone know that we was there hanging out. He loved me so much that he didn't want me to be like him.
Yeah.
He used to try to protect me, but I was no punk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But he, like one time, for instance, I had broke my leg. A bouncer stepped on my leg, and Carlos wasn't there. Muhammad brought him to my house. He saw me with the broken leg. He started crying.
Yeah.
And Muhammad was like, yo, stop crying. And he was like, no, man, I should have been there because if I was there, that would not happen to him. I would have protected him. And it's true.
Yeah.
It's true. Like your dad see me even ready to swing on somebody. He was already all over that person. And he used to walk with brass knuckles all the time.
Yeah, he used to tell me that he loved brass knuckles.
Yeah. And it's not one person he didn't use them on. That's why I used to have to hold him. Like, I don't know Carlos before 97, but I remember when Muhammad came home, Muhammad had saw Carlos how he was after the military. Yeah. And he told me, he was like, yo, my brother was never like this.
Yeah.
You know, he was a more calm, cool, and collective guy.
Yeah.
And now he sees Carlos more violent.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I can only say what he told me, and I'm sure you heard the stories of the military. He's done things that he couldn't live with. You know what I'm saying?
He told me the same thing.
We used to sit down, and him just cry. Basically, I'm here to tell you, your father's a hero, man.
Yeah.
He's a hero because he served our country. You know, let's not look at what he's done negatively, and let's honor the fact that he ain't run from the law. Even though you know how he got to the military, right?
How?
You don't know how?
No, I don't think he...
Okay, he called a case in court.
Oh, yeah, and they told him you either go to jail or the military.
Go to the military, and he took the right choice, you know? He went to the military.
Wow. You went to art and design? That's crazy.
Yes.
I went there too.
I know you went there. I seen that me, like a fool, I took the test for art and design. I got accepted. You know, that's not just anybody goes there. But then I met the wrong crowd, and believe it or not, I didn't go to art and design. I went and got transferred the year I was gonna start, and went to Junior Richmond where the guys that I met ended up going. That was like the whole change of my life, like the angle. I wanted to be an illustrator for Disney World. I used to like to do like FX work and design stuff with my hands, you know. I did pass the test, so I can say I went there, even though I ain't clock in, you know.
If you saw my dad right now, what would you tell him?
Jesus loves you, bro. I first would say that, and then I'd be like, dude, you ain't going nowhere no more. I'm gonna put a rope and chain on you, man.
I always wonder what he would think if he saw like all my stuff happening now, you know?
I used to tell your dad, like, yo, dude, I used to tell him how, yo, the world don't know about you because they don't know you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But his portraits was like his strong point.
Yeah.
You know, even though he loves Asian work and all that, but his portraits was like really, really on point, you know? I used to tell him, man, the world knew about you, you'd be famous.
Yeah.
Voila.
That's
Guess
funny.
what? They're gonna know about
He said, I'll pass it
you.
down to my son.
And they're gonna know about him through you.
Yeah,
so you're
yeah.
still making him famous because now, you know, people gonna know your dad was an artist.
Yeah.
What you got, it ain't because you was born with it, it's his, you inherited it from him, you know?
He didn't raise me, but you know, I grew up always with a pencil in my hand, always naturally like, I'm gonna be an artist. Like, this is all I love. Like, this is all I do. This last question I ask everybody, what message do you think the world needs to hear right now?
Repent, Jesus loves you. And if you look at the times we living in, you know what I'm saying? It ain't about religion, it's about relationship with God, man. You know what I'm saying? I once served, listen, the devil, bro, straight up, like, I was ruthless. You know, and thank God, God came into my heart. I was that guy that you would tell your son, don't hang out with that dude. He'll take you to eat dinner today and try to kill you tomorrow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or you would tell your daughter, yo, don't go with that dude. He gonna dish you, get what he wants, and leave you. And now I'm saying people are telling their kids, man, look, God changed Chino. If he can change him, he can change you. You want to be changed? If he did it with me, he can do it with you, you know?
All right, Chino, I'm done with this painting. You want to check it out?
Yeah, that's it, man.
All right, Chino, thank you for sharing these stories on Father's Day about my dad.
Yeah.
Here's your painting. Check it out. Hope you like it, man.
I love it.
Thank you. So I put the respect God, you know.
Amen.
Love the hat.
Can I get a hug?
Thank you, of course. Thank you, Chino. Happy Father's Day. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, bro.
All right. Be good.
Keep smiling.